My people, Bini, the user make parable say, who not get pockets, it better pass the one way get, but it get hole. Wetin I use that one mean be say, we be Nigerians, we no get leaders. It better pass say we get leaders, and the leaders, they are not useful. If we not just get leaders, we dey lead ourselves. It better pass say we get leaders wey no fit protect our resources, protect our lives, protect our property, protect our territories, protect our forestries, protect us. That one na not be leader. Na when something is not useful, when people are not useful to you, they are working the opposite. Hey, my people, today we go Zamfara. Zamfara, as we speak now, the terror don't drive away the indigenous people of that place. They use all the resources till they make they use them for trade. For trade by yes, trade by barter. You know what be trade by barter now? When you give what you have, give her in exchange of what you not get. Now be trade by barter. Now government, now leaders, now supposed to secure what we get in the society, in the state, in the community. Now the people where you refer to as leaders supposed to protect her, use her, the trade for the benefit of the indigenous people, of the land. But when you now come to Zanfara, now the terrorists, them, now they trade with this gold. This one a bad omen. Zanfara, my people, as we speak, Zanfara is a rich state. It's very rich in gold. It's very rich in gold, which that resources alone, it can be exported. It can be used as a highly valuable commodity for trade and for making jewelries. We not get any reason why we the Nigerians go they look onto foreign jewelries. As far as we are Nigerians, we are supposed to have these things. Jewelries, producing jewelries on different qualities, different designs, and different sizes. We the Nigerians, we have no business putting our eyes on foreign golds and foreign jewelries and access. We are not supposed to be focusing on foreign golds while we have golds, foreign jewelries, foreign this, foreign gold. We are not supposed to. We have gold in Nigeria. Zamfara, for example, Zamfara is rich in both gold and ore. We are supposed to have the benefit of all these things, all this raw material God has blesses Zamfara with. But look at the indigenous people of that land. They don't buy them finish, drive them away. Terror don't take in charge. That they use the gold. They make exchange of weapon where they'll take back by it. Nigerians, more now wake up. This one a war. Let us stand up for ourselves. Zamfara, as we speak, terror don't take over this gold. They don't take over this iron ore. They don't take over all these resources. What is this used for? This ore, iron ore, is very important, my people. This ore is very essential for manufacturing, for constructions, and for infrastructures. Are you going to talk about development across Nigeria? All these are the raw material we are supposed to be. We're supposed to work with by ourselves. We are supposed to work with all these materials, manufacture all this material. Infrastructure will be going on by ourselves. We have no business bringing foreign people to come and help joining us to be talking about infrastructure, manufacturing of things. Why are we going to school every year? Construction work. We the Nigerians suppose, we have no business looking for work. While we are working with our raw material, we are supposed to be using manufacturing, working with our raw materials, reproducing it. We are not producing. Zanfara is rich, my people, with iron ore for all this work. But these people, this work, this raw material, God has blesses Zamfara with. Terror don't drive the indigenous people away. They don't take over. They use that, they make exchange for weapon to bring in the indigenous people down one by one. We need to wake up, my people. So, my people, Zamfara, as we speak, is very rich. Terror know all of this. They knew all of this. That is why they drive all the indigenous people away. They take in charge. They are now taking in charge. I don't know who they are working with in power to benefit in government, but the reasons that made terror to drive the indigenous people away is because of the raw materials God blesses their states with. It's all applicable to every state. How they bring each state one by one, so that we'll know what God has blesses us with. So God blesses with, He blesses Zamfara with coal. This is energy, fuel, use as source of energy. This coal they use, you can use it. We have no business of, we don't have electricity. All the material don't they available. Why are we so religious? Sitting down in a religious home, crying for help, for God to come and help us, when God don't give us everything that we needed for we to be comfortable in a nation. Even though we have times 10 of Nigeria, because of the rich, because we are rich in all minerals and resources, we are not supposed to be in lack. We are not supposed to have any business of borrowing. Why are we borrowing, my people? So, my people, what is God expecting us to use this coal to do? Is for we to have the benefit of energy, fuel. This coal is used as a source of energy for power generation and industrial heating. Hi, we're not supposed to say our people traveling to any foreign country looking for job while we have all to work with. We have what to work with in our nation, my people. Let us continue to appoint good leaders who will know our value, who will know the value of the worth of our resources. Because when the purpose of a thing is not known by the people you put in power, they will abuse it. You will be abused. Your resources will be abused. At long run, you will now be running away from your own land, your own nation, your own country, running away to other people country where you will be becoming a foreigner. Is that why you wish for yourself? So this coal can be used to reduce reliance on other energy source if properly developed well. But that is the case we are in Nigeria. It's not properly developed. Negligence of responsibility everywhere. So Zamfara is rich in all of this. Zamfara in Nigeria is also rich in bauxite, tantalites, and etc. How many we go fit talk? God have blessed Zamfara so much, even to an extent not to have any reason to be becoming a beggar. See them flauntry everywhere, every state in Nigeria, wallowing, roaming around there, because a sheep without shepherd. Because there's no, when a leader is not useful, is more or less like useless. When a leader you appoint is not responsible for their duties, they are not meaning they are irresponsible, my people. This is so disheartening that God blesses us with everything. We are still crying upon God. We abandon the leaders you put in office. They abandon their responsibility and put endanger your life, endanger your resources, expose you to danger. And today you are running away. We have no reason to be running away from our land and our nation, my people, if we actually appoint better people, leaders with characters, leaders with all the necessary requirements that can be responsible for their duties. They will be responsible for work that will serve your needs in your state. You will not be now incompetency of a leader. Their incompetency leads to not able to do anything, solve your problem, because they are incompetent. They are not capable of that job. So you appoint them based on your party, based on your culture, based on, you don't do that. You look for the people who have that right knowledge to serve the needs of the people, to support. So this Zamfara is also rich in bauxite, bauxite, tantalite, and etc. Industrial raw material, my people. What are the use of all these materials I'm talking about? These materials also used in various high-tech and manufacturing industries. For example, like aluminum production, electronics, and all of that. This provide a basis for local processing that will enable the indigenous people to have job in abundance. Local processing and value added industries to supporting economic diversification. You see the reason why we Nigerians don't have any reason to be running here and there. The terror, they knew this, and the enemy outside Nigeria are using them to make sure they drive you away from your right, from your property, from your resources, for them to take hold of your resources, and you are crying foul, running from one country to another, running to neighboring countries. Foreign country is a country whereby you are not citizens of. That is a foreign country. So Zamfara is very rich, even granite and clay. This granite can be used for building materials, mini construction works, building materials, pottery, and in ceramic industries. You don't need to, you don't need to be importing all these broken plates and all of that, anything pots, all these clay pots and all of that, importing of goods, all these things. We have them. Why the people are roaming on the street, roaming on a neighboring country, whereby we will have work to do for industry. We are supposed to be industrialized. Constructions everywhere, materials, support, just to support local infrastructures and housing projects, so that there will not be reason to be importing foreign material while we have material. All we need to do is to reproduce them, to work on them, to involve in what we have, work with what we have. God told Moses, what did you have in your hand? So Zamfara is rich in agriculture resources, my people. Agriculture resources. The agriculture resources are very important: food security, employment, and raw material for local industries, reflecting the state's motto: farming is our pride in Africa. But terror, they don't already know all of this. They don't know all of this. They don't infiltrate fear on the indigenous people of that land. all the local security, Zamfara, gather yourselves to make sure you take your destiny in your hands. And every other state around Zamfaras, work with them. Eh? State different, all these states that you are just seeing here, don't just abandon only Zamfara and say they are the one that have problem. Did you know that the problem that is affecting Zamfara, it affects all of you? It affects all of you in all these states. It affects all of you. This is a northern region. So it's very important we continue to know all of this. Resources. God blesses Zamfara with millet, maize, rice, beans. But the terror don't let them see road to work on what God gave them as work. God don't provide work for them, but the terrorists don't let them see road. And the government, they are just looking like that. So Zamfara is very rich, even in cotton, very rich in groundnut, very rich in livestock. Cattle, sheep. Are you going to talk about sheep, goats? All this will help economic to grow. But the moment you abandon Zamfara and say now let them get problem, that is where we affect the whole Nigeria. What they have, yes, water resources. Zamfara is very rich. When they are saying Zamfara is very rich in all of this, it will be of a very good help to use to sustain, for example, like water, to sustain dry season farming. Yes, that is why we are supposed to be work with what we have, work with our water to make sure we work in our water resources to have industries that will be refining water, storing water, storage and all, water storage and all, to store for dry season. So there will not be any need to be running hectare scatter and say there's dry season because you might have stored enough water because of the industry water resources, in water resources factories that must have store water, refine, purify water. That is what makes Europe to be Europe. They don't abandon what they have. They reproduce, rebrand it, reproduce it, recreate it for the benefit of the people. Water is very, very important. Zamfara has water. And it's very important to increase food production and enable year-round agricultural activities. They have livestock. We have no reason. I've been looking for a shortage of meat, livestock like cattle, sheep. But terrorists, they do not allow them to work with what they have. They drove them out, using their gold as an exchange of weapon to make sure they are reducing lives, my people. Zamfara, justice for Zamfaras. All the neighboring states in Zamfara, you better wake up to support Zamfara. The local vigilante work work among yourselves to make sure you sanitize your state. Don't abandon it for enemy in the government, the enemy outside Nigeria. Don't abandon your state. Applicable to every state in Nigeria. Make sure you support yourselves to protect your motherland. May God bless and protect Zamfara. Please share.